Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at um, masking fire and um, specifically so that we can place our flames over top of another image. So I've already downloaded a file from Pexels.com. Lots of places you can get free footage. Pexels is one that I usually go to the most, but any high resolution footage will work. So I am going to start. I've got this flame footage and right click on it, and I am going to create a comp from that. And we're going to just enlarge this a bit. So I've got a comp that's the full length. So what we're going to do is use the original image to create a mask from. And, um, all that, a mask in After Effects is just like a mask in Photoshop or anything else. Dark is a transparent area, white is an opaque area. So all we really need to do is convert this image or a copy of it to a black and white and see what we get. We can also probably try to do this with a Luma mask, which maybe we'll look at as well, which is a little easier, a little faster. But I'm going to begin by creating a black and white mask of this. So I've made a comp of my fire, and I am actually going to do this again. I'm going to pre-compose the flames, and this is going to be my flame mask, and I'm going to drop it right below the flames. Oops, let's delete that one, and then we'll put my regular flames back on top. So why did I make a composition out of this? I just find it easier to go into an individual composition to do my work. So with this selected, I am going to begin by going to the effects menu, and we'll do color correction. And I'm going to take the steps of, I'm going to black and white, which actually may be all I need. And if let's see, reds, yellows, reds and yellows are predominant colors. So open my reds and my yellows, and we're going to kind of blow those out. And I want to be careful of the area around it. You see it's getting kind of gray around it. I'm just going to kind of pull this up as far as I need to. And then maybe I will add, actually let's do that. And then I'm going to add another layer effect. Nice thing about layer effects, or just effects in general, is you can stack them. They're all stackable. So a lot of times the order of them has an effect on the final composition, but you can stack them and use, so here I've got my flames nice and bright, but I've kind of made the area around them kind of hazy. So I am going to see if I can't pull these areas back black. So let's see. So I've got black and white, and I added a levels. And I think I'm just going to start by sliding my dark slider, and that's going to minimize that. And we'll do something like that. Give that a shot, see what we get. So the other reason I do this in its own file is that once I apply this mask, if it's not really giving me what I want, then I can always come back into this file and make my edits. And I guess I could do those in the original file as well, but I just find it easier to keep stuff straight this way. So there's my mask. Here are my flames. And let us go ahead and let's see. There we go. We are going to assign flame mask, but we're going to make that aluminum. Nope. Yeah, there we go. And if we turn on our transparency, you'll see that there's our flames. So let's try, and we got a little bit of black around the fringes, but let's just toss a background in here, or a solid, just to see what we've got. I'll change this to I don't know, sort of a slate gray maybe. And that's not horrible, although we can see some areas around here that are getting there's a little too much going on. So pull those in more, see what we get. Pop back over here. All right, that lessened it. And that's not terrible. It really kind of all depends upon what we're going to put it on. So maybe I need to place this flame on a grill or something. That might work out pretty decently. This little stray flame down here. I could go back into this flame mask and make a rectangle, make it black, and I could lay it right over top of that. And we'll just kind of scale this up. Kind of scrub through, see what we get. Go up here a little closer. All right. Let's pop back over here. So I eliminated that little. That would be tougher to do if I had kept all of my images or my parts in this file. So we got all that. Maybe we turn that off, and we have masked our flames. We could probably still go in and do a little more work to that flame mask. Maybe we select that, toss a little bit of a blur on it, might help. Effect, blur. I'm going to do, what kind of blur? Usually I just do a Gaussian blur or something like that, but maybe we will try a directional blur. We want to be careful about going too far with this, but let's give that a shot. That's not terrible. Depends upon what we're putting it on. It'll always depend upon the underlying image. So if I'm just going to place this on, let's see, find an image to place this on. Let's download that file. And drag this over. New composition. There we go. And go back here, turn that off. And that actually works out pretty well. We can go in here, maybe we knock the opacity back just a little bit. And there are our masked out flames. So the second way to go about this is with using a LumaMask. And I've already gone ahead and created my compositions. I've got my flames in it. And I'm just going to duplicate that. And I'm going to rename this one mask. And rather than create a black and white alpha mask, we're just going to use the flames as they are as a Luma mask. So these are the ones I want to mask. So I'll select my mask, which is a lot quicker, a lot faster, but we still have to do a bit of work with that. And it's because it's actually using the gray values of the original image, which we haven't adjusted or modified at all. So overall, it's going to be lighter. And if I just go ahead and put a solid in here that's, blue, you can see that compared to the original, it's fairly gray and dark looking. So we are going to remedy this a couple of different ways. First is I'm going to see what happens if I just duplicate and it's still using that original image as a mask. So that's a little bit better. I got quite a bit of haze around it though. Maybe this one, we'll try some different blending modes. Let's try an overlay, see what that does. That looks pretty okay. And I could add a new adjustment layer above that. And let's go ahead into the color correction and let's put an hue saturation on it. And we'll just bump the hue so we can make that pretty orange and pretty yellow. Now, the one thing that was nice about my original mask was that I was able to block out some of these areas down here, which I can probably still do, but not as conveniently as I did before. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that as it is and turn off that background, and then go back over to this comp. There's another one that I had done. Actually, no, this is the one. This is the new one. So you can see that we're a little more, this is a little brighter, although I could do the same thing with this. This is brighter because of the hue saturation that I applied to it. So if I go back in here and turn that off, it's a little more in line with the original. Is one better than the other? I don't know. It was certainly faster with the LumaMask, but I feel that either method works pretty decently. Slide these left and right so they're off time. But anyway, those are two ways that you can go ahead and create masks for flames.